Hey guys, just wanted to make this video today and talk a little bit about uh, some of the things I forgot to mention last time, in my last video, and also, just talk about how crappy this is to go through. Today I'm feeling really, really bad. Haven't really wanted to get out of bed, and the past 2 days have been pretty bad for depression for me, and just not feeling like I want to get out of bed and deal with the day. And um, anxiety has been unreal. Just anxiety that goes on, uh, panics that go on for hours on end, and they just don't stop. The only thing I can do to help with that is, take medication or some, anxiety medication, which I really don't like doing. But uh, as I'm going through this healing crisis, I just don't really know what to expect. And honestly, I am not really surprised anymore when I start to feel really bad, because you just never know what's going to happen. Anyways, last time I made a video, I forgot to talk about something that is pretty important with Lyme, and in fact, it's probably, if not as important as Lyme, maybe even more so, and that is the co-infections that come along with Lyme's disease. And a lot of people don't really address, a lot of doctors don't address this issue, even if they know what Lyme is. But I was also diagnosed with Bartonella and Babesia with my Lyme, and that's just complicated things a lot as far as treatment goes and feeling bad. Uh, Now I've been primarily treating the Lyme, but while I'm doing that, it is killing off some of the Bartonella and the Babesia, which makes the herxing a lot worse. My doctor has been trying to kind of take it slow so that I don't feel so bad, but it's it's inevitable to get rid of more than what you want when you do these kinds of treatments. And so you know it's been rough. It's been really rough. I can't explain the way my head feels right now. It's kind of like I'm underwater kind of feeling. Um, Actually, somebody posted on a Lyme's disease message board something that I wanted to read everybody, because it really describes well how it feels to be going through this, what they call um, borreliosis, if I pronounced that right, which is basically Borrelia bacteria in your brain. And this person said, I just want to know if there's anything, I just want to know if anyone else has gone through or is going through what I am. I have never felt so horrible in my entire life. There is nothing like it. The symptoms, which sound like an objective thing, but really feel like a part of you, are agonizing at times. I do not even feel like the same person. It's difficult to even put the feelings or symptoms into words, almost as if it would be trying to describe an emotion. Feeling totally out of it, hooked up to an IV of hard drugs, headache, warmth in head, dizzy, sound sensitive, complete stress and anxiety that can turn to overwhelming panic and sinking feelings. Sound sensitive, brain fog, or memory problems are an understatement. More like feeling as though half of your brain is totally missing. Not even how human consciousness should feel. Detached, unreal, surreal, emotions on total roller coaster, from the darkest depression to sinking, hours long anxiety attacks to anger and rage. Things look different. It's hard to say what is off: depth, color, dimension, brightness. Static over everything. Sometimes feeling like you'll just lose your mind and go off the deep end. Is there anybody else who's been through this? I'm having difficulty even forming a thought or speaking from my Herx reaction. If your Lyme's disease revolves around pain and arthritis, then your words will be of no comfort to me, because I'm talking about neurological Lyme's disease. And when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I'm going through, and it's it helps a little. All I can tell you is if you're going through this, you gotta you gotta just keep telling yourself that there are other people who have been there, and it's been one of the only things that have made me helped me through some of the really rough days when I just felt like uh, I can't go on. And the fact that the treatment and getting better from this disease means getting so much worse makes it 10 times harder. And sometimes I just want to completely stop the treatment because I just don't want to feel like this anymore. But um, you just got to do it, and so that's where I'm at. Um, Back to kind of what that message board was talking about. Uh, Yesterday, as an example, I was trying to write myself a note just so that just something, so I would remember to do something today. And when I went to write on the piece of paper, it was almost as if there was a disconnect between my vision and my brain and my hand. I mean, I was able to write the note, but it didn't feel like I was actually controlling my hand, almost like um, I knew what I wanted to write and what I wanted to say, and my hand was doing it, but it was almost like I was watching somebody else write. Such a strange feeling. The best way that I could think to even explain it would be imagine taking a video camera and looking through the lens, and then looking at the piece of paper with through the lens of the camera, and look at your hand, and then try to write. And that feeling of that's like a disconnected kind of feeling is kind of what um, everything feels like for me. Not just writing, but writing in particular, because you have to focus on something in order to get that task done. And everything just feels unreal. It feels like I'm in a foreign body, or I'm in a place that I don't know. Even though I'm at home, I don't feel like I'm really here. I don't feel connected to my body. Even all my senses are kind of dull. My touch and uh, that sort of thing is like it feels like I'm not really in my body, and it sounds strange, but it's kind of how it makes you feel. Um, and it's scary because it messes with your brain to where you think that I'm never going to get better and this is never going to go away. And for me, at least, as I get worse every day, it's hard to stay positive, and it's hard to think to myself, well, I will get better and this is going to get better. But um, I'm just taking every day as it comes because there's not much more I can do. I can't handle more than that. And my life has just been on pause. I was supposed to work this summer, not happening. School's pretty much stopped. Friends and everybody is going on with their lives, and but yet they don't understand what this is like, and they say, "Well, you look okay. How you doing today? You look good." And I don't even know what to say because it's like if you only knew how bad I felt, then you wouldn't. You probably wouldn't even want to ask me how I'm doing. So I just say, I'm hanging in there. But I guess that's all you can do. I'm just trying to get through this, and I'm hoping that somebody, may see this and say, "Hey, I'm going through the same thing," because it's something that's helped me, and that's really why I'm doing this. I know I was supposed to put more information about my supplements and stuff on this video, but I don't really have the energy today, and I'm running out of time. So I'll make another video, give you guys another update, and we'll go and talk a little bit more about what I'm taking.